Hey, hey, English learners. Welcome back to Easy Talk Time, your favorite place to relax, listen, and grow your English naturally. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Sam. And honestly, just being here with you right now is already one of the small things that improves my day.
Oh, that is so sweet, Sam. You're starting the episode with a boost of positivity already.
Well, it's true. But today, we aren't talking about big, life-changing events. We aren't talking about winning a marathon or getting a massive promotion at work.
Exactly. We're focusing on the micro joys, those tiny, almost invisible moments that shift your mood from meh to actually, life is pretty good.
Meh? That's a funny word, Olivia. Let's explain that to our listeners.
Good catch. Meh is a very casual way to say you feel bored, indifferent, or just okay. Not bad, but not good, just meh.
We've all had meh days, especially on a rainy Monday. But that's why this topic is so important.
It's about taking control. We often wait for big things to happen to feel happy, but we have these little happiness buttons all around us.
I like that, happiness buttons. So, Olivia, before we dive into our lists, what's the first thing you think of when I say instant mood booster?
For me, it's the smell of the air right after it rains.
Oh, that's a classic. It has a specific name too, doesn't it? Petrichor?
Yes, but let's keep the English simple for our friends. It's just that fresh rain smell. It makes me feel like the world is clean again.
See, that costs $0. It's just there.
Let's talk about the morning, Sam, because how we start determines the vibe of the whole day.
It really does. If I wake up and immediately check my emails or the news, I feel heavy. My brain feels crowded.
I call that digital noise. It's the worst way to wake up.
So, my small thing, it's the 5-minute no phone zone. I wake up, I walk to the kitchen, and I make my coffee. But I don't touch my phone until the first sip is finished.
That is actually quite hard to do. We are so addicted to scrolling.
It is hard, but those 5 minutes of just me and the steam of the coffee, that is a ritual.
Let's stop there. Ritual is a great word. It means a series of actions that you perform regularly and in a set way. Usually it feels a bit special or symbolic.
Exactly. It's not just making coffee, it's the ritual of the morning.
My morning thing is a bit more active. I like to do a cat stretch. You know, like a cat wakes up and really reaches their paws out.
I can picture it. Do you make the
Meow.
sound too?
Maybe, but seriously, just stretching your arms above your head and taking one deep breath, it tells your body, hey, we're awake, let's go.
It's funny how we forget we have a body. We live so much in our heads, thinking about work or chores. Stretching brings you back to the present.
And another one for the morning, making the bed.
Really? Making the bed? That feels like a chore, Olivia.
I used to think so too, but if you make your bed, you have achieved the first task of the day. It's a small win.
A small win, I see. So even if the rest of the day is a disaster, at least your bed is tidy when you come home.
Exactly. It's about order. When my room is tidy, my mind feels a little bit tidier too.
Okay, let's move to something that I know we both love, music.
Oh, music is the ultimate instant fix.
You know that feeling when you're in a bad mood? Maybe you're stuck in traffic or on a crowded bus, and then that song comes on your headphones.
Yes, the one that makes you want to tap your feet or hum along.
Exactly. It's like a physical shift in your chest.
There's actually science behind that, Sam. Music releases dopamine in the brain. It's the feel-good chemical.
I don't need science to tell me that 80s disco makes me happy. I just feel it.
Sam, I can totally see you dancing to disco in your kitchen.
Hey, don't judge. It works. But seriously, for our listeners, I highly recommend creating a happy list, a playlist of 5 songs that you know make you smile.
That is a great tip, and it doesn't even have to be fast music. Sometimes for me, it's just the sound of birds singing outside my window.
That's very peaceful. In the city, it's hard to find that quiet.
True, but even the sound of a white noise machine or rain sounds can help. It's about choosing what you hear.
Oh, I have another sound one. Laughter.
Tell me more.
Sometimes, if I'm feeling stressed, I'll go to YouTube and watch a 30-second clip of a talking dog or a baby laughing. It's impossible to stay grumpy when you see a baby laughing.
It really is. Grumpy, that's another good word.
Yes, grumpy means being in a slightly bad mood, maybe being a bit irritable or unhappy about small things.
I am definitely grumpy before my first cup of tea.
Only before tea? You're a saint, Olivia.
We've talked about sight and sound. Let's talk about taste.
Now we're talking food.
Not just a big meal, Sam. I'm talking about that first bite of something you really like.
Like a really crisp apple or a square of dark chocolate.
Yes, or for me, it's a warm piece of toast with too much butter.
There is no such thing as too much butter, Olivia.
You're right, but the trip is to actually taste it. We usually eat while we're working or watching TV. We don't even notice the flavor.
That's true. We inhale our food.
Inhale?
It's an idiom. To inhale your food means to eat it very, very fast, like you're breathing it in rather than chewing it.
I definitely inhale my lunch sometimes, but if you slow down for just one bite, it really improves your mood. It's a moment of pure pleasure.
It's a form of mindfulness, right? Just being present with your toast.
Exactly. And touch, too. Have you ever put on a pair of socks straight out of the dryer when they're still warm?
Oh man, that is heaven. That is a top-tier small joy.
Right? Or the feeling of a soft blanket, or even just washing your face with cold water when you're tired.
Cold water is like a reset button for the brain. It's like, okay, let's start again.
Sam, what about other people? Do they play a part in your small things list?
Absolutely. But again, it's the small things, like a thinking of you text.
Oh, I love those. When you haven't talked to someone in a month and suddenly your phone buzzes and it's just a message saying, "Hey, I saw this and thought of you."
It makes you feel seen.
Let's explain that. To feel seen doesn't just mean someone is looking at you with their eyes. It means you feel understood, remembered, and valued as a person.
Exactly. It takes 10 seconds to send a text like that, but it can make someone's whole afternoon.
And it works with strangers, too. I had a lady at the grocery store today who told me she liked my scarf.
And did it work? Did it boost your mood?
Yes, I walked out of the store with my head a little higher. It's such a tiny interaction, but it reminds you that the world is generally a kind place.
We should all try to be that person once a day. Give one small, honest compliment to someone.
Honest is the key word. It has to be genuine.
Don't tell someone you like their hat if it's a terrible hat.
Exactly. People can tell when you're lying, but find something you actually like. It feels good to give, and it feels good to receive.
We can't talk about mood boosters without mentioning the great outdoors.
Even if it's just a small outdoors, like a single tree on a city street.
True. I live in a flat, so I don't have a garden, but I have 3 plants on my windowsill.
Your green friends?
Yes, and honestly, seeing a new leaf grow on my ivy plant, it's strangely exciting.
It's the miracle of life, Sam, right there in your kitchen.
It really is. But also just looking at the sky. We spend so much time looking down at our feet or our screens.
If you look up at the clouds for 60 seconds, you realize how big the world is. Your problems start to look a little bit smaller.
I call that perspective shift.
Perspective is a fantastic word for our learners. It's the way you see something. It's your point of view. When you change your perspective, you change how you feel about a situation.
Right. The problem didn't change, but you changed.
And air. We need fresh air, even if it's cold. Opening a window for 10 minutes to let the stale air out and the fresh air in.
My mother always used to say, go outside and blow the cobwebs away.
Blow the cobwebs away. That's such a British expression. It means to refresh your mind and get rid of that tired, foggy feeling.
It works every time. A short walk, even just around the block, is often better than a nap.
Okay, Sam, here is one that is very satisfying. Ticking something off a list.
Oh, I am the king of lists. I love lists.
Do you ever write something down on your list that you have already done just so you can cross it out immediately?
Uh, maybe. Okay, yes, all the time.
I knew it. But why does it feel so good?
I think it's about control. Life feels chaotic, but when you cross out buy milk, you feel like you're winning.
It's that small achievement feeling.
And deep cleaning something small, like cleaning your phone screen.
Oh, that is a good one. When all the fingerprints are gone and it looks brand new?
Yes, or organizing one drawer. Not the whole house, just one drawer.
I did my junk drawer last weekend. You know, the drawer where you put batteries, old receipts, and random pens.
Everyone has a junk drawer. It's a universal law.
Well, I organized it, and now every time I open it to find a pen, I feel a tiny spark of joy. It's so silly, but it works.
It's not silly if it makes you happy. That's the rule of this episode.
What about memories, Sam? Does nostalgia play a role in your day?
Definitely. I have a box of old photos, not digital ones, but real, physical photos.
The ones you can actually hold.
Yes, once in a while, I'll pull one out. Looking at a photo of a holiday from 5 years ago instantly brings back the smell of the sea or the taste of the ice cream I had.
That's a memory anchor.
Explain that one for us.
An anchor is something heavy used to hold a ship in place. So a memory anchor is an object or a smell that holds a memory and brings it back to you instantly.
I love that. For some people, it's a specific perfume or an old ticket stub from a concert.
For me, it's my grandmother's old recipe book. Just seeing her handwriting makes me feel safe and loved.
That's beautiful. We should keep these things close, not hidden in the attic, but somewhere we can see them.
Excitedly, like on the fridge. My fridge is covered in magnets and photos. It's like a happiness gallery that I see every time I want a snack.
Which, knowing you, is quite often.
Hey, I need fuel for all this talking.
Olivia, do you think doing something creative helps, even if you're not an artist?
Oh, absolutely. I think we are all creators in some way.
I agree. For me, it's doodling. Just drawing little shapes or patterns while I'm on a phone call.
Doodling is so relaxing. It's like your brain is just playing.
Exactly. There's no pressure to make a masterpiece. You're just moving the pen.
Or for some people, it's cooking, trying a new spice in your soup, or for our listeners, writing a sentence in English.
Yes, writing a beautiful word in a notebook, like serendipity or luminous.
Those are big words. Let's stick to glow, like the glow of a candle.
Candles, that's another one. Lighting a candle in the evening. It changes the atmosphere of the room instantly.
It makes everything feel cozy.
Cozy is a word every English learner needs. It describes a feeling of being warm, comfortable, and safe, like being under a blanket with a book while it's snowing outside.
Ah, that sounds perfect. We're giving our listeners so many ideas. I hope they're taking notes.
I hope they're at least feeling inspired to go light a candle and eat some toast.
We've covered a lot today, Sam, from coffee rituals and warm socks to perspective shifts and junk drawers.
It's a lot, but the message is simple. You don't have to wait for the big happy.
Right. The small happies are available 24/7.
Let's recap our 3 vocabulary words for today, just so our listeners can remember them.
First, we had ritual, a special regular routine.
Then we had perspective, your point of view or how you see things.
And finally, cozy, that wonderful feeling of warmth and comfort.
And don't forget inhaling your food.
Yes, try not to do that. Slow down and enjoy the small things.
So, listeners, here's your homework. Today, find one small thing that makes you smile. Maybe it's the way the light hits a building, or a song, or a tasty snack.
And tell us about it. If you can, write one sentence in the comments. Today, a cup of tea made me happy. It's great English practice, and it spreads the joy.
I can't wait to read them. Honestly, reading your comments is my favorite small thing of the week.
Mine too. We have such an amazing community here at Easy Talk Time.
Well, I think I'm off to go stretch like a cat and then find some chocolate.
Sounds like a perfect plan, Sam. Thank you so much for listening today. Remember to be kind to yourself, notice the small things, and we will see you in the next episode of Easy Talk Time. Bye, everyone.
See you next time.
If you enjoyed this, subscribe to Easy Talk Time and keep learning English with us.